Hey, good morning, everybody. Whatever time of day it is for you. I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com. Just going to check out that I'm live and make sure that I can see the commenting on my phone. That's that. Okay, I'm here. It's a miracle. I only woke up half an hour ago. And I went to the bathroom and I looked at the time. I'm like, I've got to get up now. I'm very relaxed this morning. Almost too relaxed. So I got everything ready and I was looking at the table. I've got my coffee, got my cards, even the cat's in as well this morning. And I'm looking at the table and I'm thinking there's something missing. There's something that I've not got. And then I'm like, no, I've got everything. I've got my coffee, I've got my cards. And then go to start the live up. I'm like, my microphone. So there it is. I've got my microphone. And I've got the cat. Hey, chicken. She's a bit needy this morning. I heard her yelling from outside, so I went on the balcony to say hello. And she just looked at me, looked toward the stars at the end there, and like, I'm coming up. And she was yelling and yelling and yelling. And then she came up to the door and yelled. So she's just had something to eat. Hopefully she'll be okay. Today, okay, so I did have time to watch the daily read for today. I know for a lot of you it's not even today yet, it's still yesterday. But today here, it's the 28th. It's first thing in the morning, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I woke up late today. Usually I wake up at like 6, 6:30. But not this morning. 7:30. You know, I found I never use an alarm clock. Unless I have to get up for the early morning ferry, which is like at 6 o'clock, so I've got to be out of the house by 5:30. Then I use the alarm clock. But even then, I'll wake up before the alarm goes off. It's like my guides always wake me up when I need to do something. Hang on, I'm just going to get my nail file because that's going to annoy me. Yeah, so I don't use an alarm clock because my guides always wake me up if I need to be up for anything. Just in time, usually, you know. So if I'm going training in the morning, say, that starts at 8 o'clock too, then my guides will wake me up at like 7:45 for that because it knows. They know that all I need to do is jump in the shower, grab my workout clothes, put them on, jump on my bike and get down there. But this requires a little bit more. So I'm very relaxed this morning. So welcome if you haven't been on this yet. This is the third one I've done. And it's fun, I like it. But what I'm going to do is go more into the energies for today. So if you haven't already watched the daily read, check that out. Today's is all about relaxing, which is good because that's what I feel like doing today. Relaxing and letting the flow in. So it's when you relax that the flow of all good things comes in. It's not when you're tense and you're grabbing for things that the flow of good comes in. So always good to relax. It's a Saturday today. It's Saturday today. That's a good day to relax too. It's always a good day to relax. Okay, and they'll sort it out. So yeah, I'm going to go more into the energies, give us a bit more guidance for today. I can't remember what the challenge is. Oh, the challenges are about our perception of whether things are going well or not. And so we can fight life and think that things aren't going well for us. Or we can kind of flow with life thinking that we're in the right place at the right time and everything's happening for our highest good because it is. even if we can't see it. And it's just a change in perception. And one perception will have you flowing and feeling happy, and the other will have you fighting life. So don't do that. I can't remember what the rest of it was, but we'll go more into the energies. And then I'm going to be answering your questions, doing little readings for you. If you've got any questions about psychic stuff, if you've got any questions about your life, got any questions about my life, if you've got any questions about, I don't know, whatever. Your higher self has got all of the answers. And if I have been through something, I can even perceive something, then I can translate it for you and tell you. So luckily, I've been through so much in my life, dealt with so much crap, had so many experiences that I can translate a lot of this stuff. Even some of the way out there stuff too. So I get some private reading customers that have had experiences and that are having experience that I've never had. Especially the psychic experiences, the spiritual experiences. I can translate that too, even though it's not my experience. But I think it's more helpful if I've been through it, because I know all the nuances of it, Then someone's higher self will start talking about an issue, so like codependency or something like that, and I'm like, I know this one, I've been through this. And then what? And then at the end, I'm going to pick my cards for the day. So every morning I pick cards, 4 cards, and I'll leave them by my bed the whole day so that I can check in on what my guidance is for the day. It's really helpful. So I use all of this stuff for myself every single day. I do a weekly reading for myself. So I've got this program on Sunday morning. So tomorrow morning I'll be doing all the videos for the week. I'll be doing the daily reads. I'll be doing the weekly read. And then it depends what time I wake up, but I might do this first and then do all of that. And then I do the weekly reads for all the personalized weekly reads for all the customers that are in that program. And I do my own. I tend to read my own. I read it when I've first done it. Sounds weird because I write it. You think that I wouldn't need to read it, but I do. It's like me as a reader, as a writer. That's when I'm doing it. It's different than me that's receiving it, and so I've got to read it afterwards. And then I read it at the end of the week as well. So tomorrow morning I'll be reading my weekly again. See what it was that I was supposed to be doing this week. And that's really good. That gives me a bit of focus. It gives me a bit of guidance. Like, I don't know if focus is the right word. It gives me a bit of guidance for what the week is all about. And that's the side that goes into that program goes into the energies, for the personalized energies for the week for people, the personal challenges, what the focus should be on for the highest good, and extra guidance. And so it's like my weekly and my daily reads, but in a lot more detail. That's a year-long program, and when people go through that, wow, they change their lives dramatically. It's great. Chicken, come here. Come and say hello. She wants to open the curtains. I saw yesterday. Training yesterday. Okay, coffee. Wait for someone to come on. Oh, I think someone's watching. Hello. Okay. Energies. I'm really slow today. I'm tired. Okay. What are the energies? Let's go into more depth about what's going on today, apart from relaxing. Different strokes for different folks. In different approaches work for people. Some approaches work for some people, some approaches don't work for others. Like some people can be really motivated by big goals, big external goals. Some people aren't. Some people are just scared by that and it sends them into fear and they don't want to do anything. Some people are more motivated by big challenges, some people aren't. And it's up to you to get to know yourself in life and know what turns you on, know what lights you up, know what works for you and what doesn't. And there's no point in going to teachers that don't have the right approach for you, that don't work for you. What's the point in doing that? But it's really tempting, I know. I say my business, right? My business. I talked a lot about it yesterday, about what's going on in my life and how I got flowed into this. And that's how it goes for me. That's how my business goes. It all flows, I meditate and I get these ideas and then I do it like this. I do it and then I'll get another idea and I'll do it and I just flow with it and it all works perfectly. And then sometimes my head gets involved and it's like, oh, what about doing a business course? What about if we, set this high goal, external goal of doing something with it, doing something bigger with it? And what about we do a business course and then, start trying to do another approach that isn't me. And it just all stops. It's like, why not build this brick wall in front of my face and smash my head against it a few times? It's like that for me. It just doesn't work for me. And then I stop, I give up, and then go back to how it actually works for me, which is flowing with it. So yeah, when you've got your approach, stick with it. When you get to know yourself, know what works for you. And it's not necessarily right, no matter how many people are shouting the loudest about their approach and it worked. Well, maybe it's just the shouty people that like that kind of approach. Maybe it's just those people that are shouting the loudest. Maybe people like me aren't shouting very loud. People that flow with stuff, Oh, what's charging? I forgot to charge my laptop last night. So I had to put it on charge. But I don't know what it is about Thai electrical sockets, but the plug doesn't actually stay in it. They seem really loose. Oh, it's annoying. And so you've got to constantly try and nudge it to get the connection. More energies for today. So yeah, be really firm in what works for you, what your approach, and just stick with that. And don't follow other people just because they're shouting loud. You might not be a loud, shouty person. But if you're relaxing today and going with the flow, then see, I'm suggesting that my way is going to be good for you too. Maybe it is if you're watching this. Maybe it isn't though. Don't believe me, believe yourself. And that's the next card out. Believe in yourself. Again, the same card again, find a new approach and believe in yourself. So I've already talked about this. It's like cards that I've already talked about. Believe in yourself and your approach and how it works for you and what works best for you and what you're interested in, all of that. Believe in yourself. It's already inside of you, everything that you need. Yeah, and this is confirmation of that. What was the challenges in the daily read today? Which isn't really a challenge if you're doing it right. It's know who you are and know that everything's going well. Really, knowing ourselves is like the best thing we can do. It's like should be our occupation for our whole life is getting to know ourselves. Because when we know ourselves, we can just let all the rest of the crap go, We can stop worrying about what other people are thinking about us. We can stop worrying whether we're doing things right. We can stop trying to fit in where we don't fit in. We can just be ourselves, doing what we do, and things start going really well. It can be a little isolating at times. But that's okay. It's better to be isolated, have, say, a few good friends than have a lot of friends that you're trying to fit in with that you aren't really like them. Is anyone going to come on today and ask me questions and have a chat with me? What else can I do? Could pick some more cards. Talk about me. Okay. I've got some badges here. I'm thinking about wearing one. I've got Wonder Woman. I'm not really particularly feeling like Wonder Woman today. That was yesterday. Love? Hashtag love. That feels kind of good today. Hashtag happy. I'm gonna be loved today. Stab myself. Remember, I used to be really scared. I used to love badges when I was a kid, but I used to be really scared of them, stabbing them, and that comes from my mum making me a lot of clothes, or getting clothes, or me getting hand-downs from other people that didn't fit me. And she was good with sewing. She would make clothes too, but what she'd do is get me to put the clothes on, or the bit of material on, and she would pin it on me, which involved stabbing, a lot of stabbing. So it was a traumatic experience. And so I'm a little bit scared of badges. I'm going to get stabbed some more by my mum. So what happened yesterday for me? Oh, it was a nice day yesterday. So after I did this, I went to go see my friends, and they weren't there. There's nobody there. And so then I went down to go get a fresh juice. And then some of my friends were just on their way back, but it was up too late because I'd already ridden down the hill, a freewheel down the hill on my bicycle. So we just said hey in passing, and then I got myself a fresh juice, which was lovely. And then I'm like, oh, what shall I do now? Because I expected to spend some time with my friends. So I went to the beach, and I had a walk on the beach. And as I got to the end of the beach, it was really nice because not many tourists at the moment. It's quiet season. It's low season, and it was really nice. And as I was getting toward the end of it, I had this big crack, boom, turn around to see this big storm coming and the lightning. And so I turned around and started walking back, thinking, I hope I don't get wet by this storm. It's kind of nice to watch the storm going on as I was walking toward it. Then what did I do? I think I got any food. Then I rode home. It started raining a little bit, but I got home in time to miss it. And actually it went over. It didn't hit us in the end. So then I chilled out and I listened to some really interesting podcasts. That's what I did yesterday. Did a bit of work and I listened to some really interesting podcasts, learning about nutrition, longevity, even more about nutrition, metabolism. If you don't know, I'm really into fitness, and I'm also coaching people in fat loss now. So teaching them how the metabolism works, how the liver works, how it all happens, how the body goes into laying fat down mode, how it gets into using that fat mode. My connection is unstable. Where am I connected to? Connected again? The joys of living on a little island. So our electricity supply isn't great. Although it is here where I live, we've got our own generator. So we've got government power. We've got private power, and if all else fails, we go to the generator. Bing. Should turn things off on here. Okay. Hang on, I'm just going to message. She might want to come on here. Then, yeah, so I was listening to podcasts, and then I went training, which was good. Training was good. I'm training with a trainer that I haven't trained with for quite a while. He smashes me. So my wrist is a little sore from punching him hard. And then I connected with someone that I've not talked to for a while in the evening. After I got back and showered and ate some food. And that was nice. And then tried to sleep, but I was all in my head. And so, yeah, I didn't get to sleep for ages. And so that's why I'm all sleepy now. That's why I woke up late. It's all in keeping with the energies today. Is anyone going to come on and chat with me so I can do readings for them? So I'm going to do this every morning, unless I've got customers. Some people book in for Skype sessions at this same time. So if that happens, then I won't be doing this. Sometimes I guess I might do it shorter. The last couple have been an hour long. It might be a bit shorter if I'm more sleepy like I am today, if people don't show up like today. So what? It's probably Friday night for people now. You're all partying. I didn't party last night. I hardly have a party anymore. It kills me when I do. My body can't handle it. I'm talking about alcohol. Hello, somebody came on, yay. So if you want me to answer your questions, just pop a comment and tell me where you're from, tell me where you're watching from. Ask me questions about myself, about yourself, about your life, anything you want to know from your higher self. If you want a reading from me, just pop it in the comments. Let's have a chat. I've already been through the energies for today, which is about being relaxed, letting things flow, about trusting ourselves and our own approach that works for us. So different approaches work for different people, different strokes for different folks. And it might be that, I was explaining, it might be that maybe you're listening to teachers that have got a different approach to you. You know, there's a lot of teachers out there that have got that are very extroverted, that are very, the shouty people. And their approach doesn't necessarily work for everybody. I know that kind of stuff doesn't work for me. For me, I've got to have like a really good routine for myself. Self-care, like extreme self-care works for me. Being wisely selfish is what I've learned. Really looking after myself, doing the best for myself. That really works for me. And making sure that I'm feeling good. So morning routine is really important to me, which didn't happen this morning, but usually I'll wake up and I'll meditate first. And then I get out of bed. And sometimes I work out after this little bit of work that I do. But that's not every morning. I tend to always train in the afternoon. Not always. I won't be training today. Give myself a day off. I'm learning it's good to switch things up, you know. Even with that's what I do with my coaching as well, with my fat loss coaching. I want to say weight loss coaching, and I have called it that, but it's not really that. It's fat loss coaching. which is the important thing. And even that, it's about switching it up. It's good to be flexible. It's good to be able to roll with anything in your life, including your diet, including your exercise. Be flexible, switch it up. So that's what I've done. Okay, so I might pick out my cards then. If no one wants to talk to me, I'll pick my 4 cards out for today. So every morning I pick 4 cards out for me, and I keep them by my bed all day. Instead of, like, I don't know if you're addicted to cards. I used to be like addicted to it. Like I do a lot of guidance for myself every day, but it used to be like wanting answers all the time and doing like 30 readings for myself each day instead of doing one and sticking with it. So now I'll keep them out. So now I keep them out all day too. So it's just the one. But as I said, I watch my daily reads as well. And that's helpful. And I do my personalized weekly read as well. And I watch the weekly reads, of course. That's all on my YouTube channel. So my cards for today are choose to change and completion. So it's what isn't jibing with me anymore? What can I let go of? What do I want to choose to be over? And releasing guilt for that. How often do we do stuff? We carry on doing stuff because we've chosen it at one point and we think that we should be loyal to everything that we've chosen forever. It's like, I made this decision, I'll stick with it, even if it's not right for me anymore. But this is saying release guilt for grace. So it's like I'm getting the flow by releasing guilt for what I haven't done or whatever, what I've chosen. Sounds good? My coffee's good this morning. Needed this. So we've got a sunny day today. Let's have a look. It's a sunny day today. See the ocean. I might go and lay by the pool. What do you think, chicken? Let me see my cat. Come and say hello, chicken. She doesn't like being held, but this is my chicken. She's a cat and she's called Chicken. No, she just doesn't want to be held. She never wants to be held. But she does sit with me. Now she's got to wash herself because I've touched her. Every afternoon, or she usually comes in with me in the daytime and hangs out with me. She sits by me like she wants to be like on my arm if I'm working or reading or whatever I'm doing. She wants to be like on my arm. And the last couple of days, she's been like laying down and looking at me upside down. You know, when cats are totally in love with you and they just like do this squinty love eyes at you. She's been doing that so much lately. Giving me lots of love. Chicken showed up here. I've been living in this place, in this particular building, in this particular resort for 2 years, a bit more now. And shortly after I moved in here, this cat showed up and she would just cry and cry and cry outside. There's a hill right next to me. And she would stand on that hill crying and crying and crying. And the cleaning staff downstairs. Hey, somebody's here. The cleaning staff downstairs would Burmese staff, and they particularly like animals. I don't know why, but it seems to be a general thing. The Burmese don't like animals, and animals don't like Burmese either. Like the dogs bark at the Burmese and chase them. Love this. Got to make some changes on career. Oh, cool. Hello, Amy. Thanks for joining me. I thought I was going to be all alone today. And thank you for loving this. So yeah, she was crying outside, and it took a few weeks for her to. She was scared of people, really scared of people. It took a few weeks for her to get confident enough to come near me. And then one evening, I had somebody here, and she came in, and she'd let me pet her, and that was it. We've been best friends ever since. And so the owner of this resort has got a house nearby, and we share her. I look after her. Sometimes people that are staying here look after her, and he looks after her. And they've got lots of cats. They like cats and dogs too. They've got lots of dogs. They're animal people for sure. So we all live happily in this resort together. Amy, career changes. Cool. Let's see what your higher self has got to say. So you're creating something new, creating a new kind of what do they call it? Not environment. In a company where there's a certain kind of way that people are with each other. Atmosphere, culture. You're creating a new culture for your working self. So it's like you've worked in a particular kind of culture, which isn't particularly right for you. You're creating a new culture, or you're imagining a new culture. She wants the curtains open. They're open on the other side. No, just go over there. So yeah, you've experienced some kind of a working culture, and you know that that's not the best for you. And now you're creating a new culture. It's not like you're creating it, but you're imagining it so that you can get aligned with that, so that you can move into a job or a career or your own business that will match that. And so this is about a culture in which you'll be appreciated, but and also a culture that you're appreciating yourself. Excuse me. So yesterday I talked a bit about my path and how that's been, and how I used to work in corporate. So many, many years ago in my 20s. It seems like such a long time ago now, and it was. I'm almost 50. But in my 20s, I worked in corporate. So after I finished uni, I was in corporate IT. And I could do it, you know. I can work in any situation, really. And I'm quite motivated. I'm good at a lot of things. But that environment for me, and that culture, the culture, no. The environment wasn't good for me. The whole working 7 hours a day, 5 days a week wasn't good for me. So not being able to be flexible to go with my energies, that wasn't good for me. The culture, whoa. I'm talking IT in the 90s. Yeah, the 90s. It was men. It was white men. It was, oh my God. The inequality was ridiculous. I don't think things have changed that much either. That's a scary thing, but wow, it made me angry. That inequality, that sexism made me so angry. So yeah, that whole culture, I wasn't really appreciating myself. I wasn't being appreciated fully, but I also wasn't appreciating myself fully. And it was when I started appreciating myself fully, knowing how much value I was bringing, knowing what kind of culture or kind of environment or what made me feel best, what was appreciating me, like, you know, not being in an office environment, being able to flow with my own energy, So yeah, it all led to me moving to the other side of the world and starting my own business. And it's a bit extreme, but yeah. But yeah, and I've worked for myself ever since. And it's not that I've not worked for other people, because I've done fun jobs. Like I've just been managing Muay Thai gym, and that was so much fun. I just kind of took over. I'm like, I can help you by doing this, and I started doing it, and then I just kind of took over, and it was so much fun. And I worked for somebody. Such a fun job. It was hard. It was hard work because it was 12-hour shifts, but I was working on a yacht, taking people, sailing people to an island, a little coral cay in Australia, and taking them snorkeling. And that job was amazing. And then booze cruises in the evening on it, so sailing in the evening for sunset. So much fun. So I have worked for people, but it's only been fun jobs. It's not been my serious money maker kind of thing. I've always had my own businesses at the same time. So it's not like, it's not like I don't want to work with people. I do. But my stuff has been by myself. Anyway, it's choosing the environment, choosing the culture that you want. Oh, don't rip the curtains. Oh, what are you doing? So that's what you're doing at the moment. It's like getting aligned with what it is that you want, not particularly how it's going to come. But think about that. Think about what kind of culture, what kind of environment would really suit you, would really appreciate you. Because when you get dialed into that, when you choose that, even if it's in your mind so you can attract it, then that's the environment that you're going to be appreciated more. So think about how you can appreciate yourself more, how you can choose the best for yourself. You want to go out, or you just want to rip the curtains up? Also, your ideas, Amy, your own ideas. It needs to be somewhere where you can, if you don't have your own business would be ideal for this, I would guess. I'm not trying to tell you what to do because it's up to you, but a job in which you can actually take some initiative and move forward with your ideas so that you've got a bit of a leader energy in you there. So you're not going to be happy taking orders from other people and doing their ideas all the time, because you've got a lot of good ideas and you need to have the freedom to be able to do those ideas, to follow them. You've got a lot of awareness as well. Just as I was saying before, I don't know if you heard, the energies for the day. Just lost that train of thought. About people shouting the loudest, not following people that shout the loudest. So it's not necessarily the people that are the most aware or have the best ideas that end up in the leadership or management roles, calling the shots. It can be the people that shout the loudest. It can be the people that have this kind of false kind of confidence, or not false, naive kind of confidence, you know the kind. Those people that really haven't got much self-awareness, don't have great ideas. They don't really have that much logic and reasoning or that much intelligence. Kind of talking about someone in America. But they end up in leadership roles because they've got this very naive, they've got such little self-awareness that they're naively confident. And that's a good thing. People at that level, it's good for them. It's good for them to have confidence. They can make things happen that way. It's just a different life experience that they have. But when they end up in leadership roles, and then they've got like aware people like you taking orders from them, people with better ideas, people with more intelligence, people that could do a better job working for them, that's like, not a very good situation. So you need to be doing something where you culture. Yeah, I'm glad I found that word in the end. That was the word I was looking for, was culture. It's like I was trying to think, when I was thinking about like the Google company, or like Virgin, they have this culture. People talk about that there's a different kind of culture there. So what is it, Amy? You're looking for a new job or something? Own business is ideal, yeah. I mean, it is, own businesses, it is and it isn't, It's good for me. I like it. I've got a lot of self-motivation. And so, I can go to the gym and I can push myself as hard as a trainer will push me. What's up? And I've got a lot of that self-motivation in life and so I can do that kind of thing. What? You needy today. A lot of people don't have that, and that being in their own business would be harder for those kind of people, comfort seekers, people that never push themselves out of their comfort zone, people that haven't got that self-motivation or self-discipline. People that aren't that self-aware, people that don't have the ideas, that business isn't going to be so great. Also, business, it requires you to really get to know yourself. So self-awareness is key, because you're faced with all of your stuff when you start a business. It's like you're faced with all of your blocks to abundance. You're faced with all of your blocks. It's like there's no hiding your stuff, because it's your energy. It's your energy that's creating everything. So it's not for the faint-hearted at all. But you have complete freedom to make it be your own culture, be your own environment, be your own, the way that you want to work. So it's fantastic in that way, really. Really. So you in a job at the moment, Amy? And then again, that ties in with the energies for today as well. Doing what we find, an approach that works for us. Not trying to fit in with other people that aren't like us. So it's the same with friendships and relationships, isn't it? You've got to find your own people that are like you. You've got to have you've got to be matching. Because when you hang out with people that aren't like you and try and fit in with them, then it's just like soul destroying. You lose yourself. She's got angry face today as well. She's not got a smiley face on her. She's like, let's tear shit up. Relax. Chicken, the energies for today are about relaxing and going with the flow, and you're not doing that right now. So personally, my businesses have evolved over the years. So it's been, 19 years. 19 years since I started my own businesses, and it's evolved, I've done many things. And I've wanted different experiences in it. So from a lot of the time I was kind of fighting for it, trying to push things. Now I'm totally relaxed into it. A lot of the time I can try and make stuff happen in it. I can use a lot of my energy. And nothing really changes. And then I give up and exactly the same stuff is happening. Yes, in a job. I want to do my own thing someday. Work culture is hard and so sensitive. Yeah, so sensitivity, that's a superpower. That's your awareness. And when it's a good thing, It's not a good thing when you're in situations where you're not jiving with it, because then you're feeling that discord. But it's a good thing when you're, because you're feeling it, and then you can decide what is best for you. You just got to know, don't believe that that's the only thing that's available. A lot of people get stuck in that. They have this, job mindset, this work mindset that everywhere is going to be like that, and it's not true, not true. If you can imagine a different culture, a different working environment, a different way to work, someone else has imagined that too, and someone else has created that, and so you can go and work with them. And beliefs like, this is just the way it is, this is what it's like anywhere, working for somebody, lock you in, like then you can't see anything else, you can't find anything else. But when you're open to the possibilities, it's like, oh, well, I've had this idea, this would be good for me, someone else must have had this idea, there must be other people out there that are like me, I could find them and work with them. That'd be good. And so now what I want to do with my business is start working with other people. I want to collaborate. When I was managing the gym, the stadium, is so much fun. Like, it's so different when you've got a team of people and you're all working towards something, and you're all sharing in those wins, and sometimes you're sharing in the stuff that doesn't go right. And the people that I was working with here are very, like, they're in the fitness industry and the Muay Thai, which is a kind of special culture in itself, I've found. People get into it when they to sort themselves out, and it grows them as people. It gets them getting to know themselves, empowering themselves, being able to channel their energies into positive things. So you get some very interesting people in the Muay Thai business that are actually working in it and fighting in it. It's a martial art, so it's very, there's something about it. And of course, it's very tied in with the Thai culture too. There's a lot of respect involved in Thai culture generally, but especially in Muay Thai. So since I've been training, I'm much more highly regarded in the community here. Much more highly regarded. And then when I was managing the place, or more involved in the actual looking after the place and then making it work really well, even more respect. And so working with people like that, it was awesome, really. I've had that experience, and I've got this idea, and it's like that same thing, Amy, that culture, that environment. I don't know how I can do that in my business, and I don't need to know how, but I've got that energy now. Like, I know what it's like to work with people like that. I know what it's like to manage something alongside a partner, and that was fun. It was really fun, and we worked really well together. And I want that again. I want to build something with someone else. So I'm just going to hold on to that energy and see what comes. Well, I might leave it there because the cat's needy. I might go down to the pool and hang out with the cat for a while. Go and sit outside, and maybe she can calm down a bit if she's outside and it's got things blowing around in the wind that she can chase. Thank you for coming along, Amy. And anyone else, if you are lurking, being quiet in the sidelines. Always fun to do these. I'll come and we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is my video day, but I'm going to come and do this anyway. Why not? Why not? So have a fantastic day. Don't forget to check out my daily reads and my weekly reads on this YouTube channel. Please click like on this and subscribe. I want to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of this weekend. That's my plan. What else? If you want private readings with me, check out the description box on this to book in. And what? Oh, tonight we've got a new moon and full moon. I can't remember. I'm so out of touch at the moment. But I've got a special running in it as well. You can find that on my website, behealing.com. The link for it is in the description box. Have a great night, day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is. Hey. Used to watch it long ago when you pulled your cars. Loved it. Just saw you pop up on YouTube list. Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Good to connect with you again. Yeah, I used to do this kind of stuff a lot before. Okay, I'm off. Bye.